From puzzlement over periods to bafflement over bondage. An angry couple have removed their 4-year-old daughter from preschool after they were branded bigots for complaining about a children's book featuring men in leather. The parents were horrified when they spotted the illustrations of the partially naked men in bondage gear in the pages of Grandad's Pride, a story about a gay grandfather. Another image in the book shows a trans man with top surgery, with scars from the removal of his breasts. And when the couple approached Genesis Preschool in Hull with their concerns, teachers defended the book by claiming children wouldn't understand its erotic nature and would simply see the bondage gear as dressing up. The trustees of the nursery have since confirmed the book has been removed. Well, this is just nuts. First of all, two things. First of all, that picture reminded me of Ian and Mike. That's the first thing I thought. Grandad and Mike. Really? In their little bondage gear.
That says more about you than about us, I think.
That's a terrible image.
Oh my There they are,
goodness.
Mike and Ian. But the fact that this book...
Which one's the black one? Which one between them is...
Trust me.
Okay.
Ian. But the fact...
Is he your brother?
The fact that this book and that image was allowed to be put in a kid's book for 4-year-olds, and no one, not the publisher, not the school, whatever, no one thought, oh, actually, that's probably a bit racy. Let's put a dildo in there as well then, shall we? The kids won't get it.
Listen,
kids aren't going to understand it, it's fine. Let's put a stripper pole in there as well. Have some naked women in there dancing. They won't get it, it's fine.
So now,
ludicrous.
Schools are about making sure that children can see things that they don't understand and that they don't really know why they're looking at them. And that's now apparently education.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant. You know,
yeah, education.
Might as well just show them porn. Here's a nice film for the afternoon. You know, tomorrow we're going to go on a school trip to Old Compton Street, where we'll be able to walk into a nice shop on the corner and buy a thing that's shaped like your father's penis. Oh, sorry, I haven't got a father. You know, your other mother's, you know, it all gets a bit difficult. Would you like a pair of leather pants?
It is, but this kind of, I mean, on a more serious note, there's a kind of political perversion that is snaking its way around institutions where, and it kind of ties in a little bit with the Lib Dem story in that anything like this, you know, I don't know why the guy wanted to write a book of that theme with those images, what the whole point or purpose was. It's more politics than it is education. Of course it is. We know that. We all know that. You're not fooling anybody. But institutions, nurseries, schools, are so scared that, oh, my goodness, you know, well, you can have a gay grandad. Well, I'm sure you can have a gay grandad.
I mean,
probably about 17 in the whole country. You know, why you'd theme that on a book?
What happened to the house on Pooh Corner, you know?
Well, that brings a whole new meaning to that now, doesn't it? So,
Jeez Louise. What have you been watching, Mike? Oh, my God.
Winnie the Pooh.
Right.
With you.
My mind went somewhere else.
It's a children's book.
I had no idea. But look, I was saying this. We've been sleepwalking towards the erosion of parental rights for a while, and this is a trend I've noticed has sort of kind of built up steam in the US, but it's slowly moving over here, as most trends do. I've often said that schools should be very, very reluctant to teach, to take responsibility for teaching our kids any sort of morality. Even the whole teaching of sort of same-sex couples in schools. I don't think that's appropriate because parents can do that, and parents should be responsible for that. I don't think it's the teacher's
responsibility. What about religious schools then?
No, but the parents choose to send their kids to religious schools knowing that curriculum. We're talking about public schools in this instance, but state schools. The point I'm making here is that this is a parental rights issue, and when we say, oh, it's just one school and, you know, they were just overzealous and whatever, we're not talking about the underlying issue, which is why do you think you have the right to teach anyone's child that? Why do you think that's appropriate? Who did you consult?
As well, it's not even on the sort of in the ballpark of saying should we be teaching sex education to children, because if you are and you want to, that's fine, but not at 4.
Yeah,
you just don't need to do it at 4.
This nursery have said they removed the book after a safety audit, but you can still buy it in bookshops up and down the country. Collins, if I got this for your little boy, what would you say?
I'd think you were some kind of supercharged weirdo, to be honest, Jojo. What the hell has got into them? I don't know why
you're lying. You would think he was a paedophile.
You know,
especially when he says
something
to your child, this one looks a bit like your dad.
Exactly, yes. That's right. Yeah, when I show them a picture of JJ, they often go, Daddy. It does often get said. I mean, the new reworking of Enid Blyton's famous Fivesome, as it's now called, is going to be interesting in the school. You know, where do you stop with this kind of stuff? They're going to be... You know, a situation surely where any teacher at that nursery or preschool, whatever it was, would have looked at that and just simply, there's only one answer. It's like, well,
but is the content of the book kind of sexualised and about sex? I mean, I know it's called...
Doesn't matter.
It's called Grabs. No, but because this is what I'm thinking about. If it is quite innocent and it is... It's about a gay grand...
It's in bondage gear.
No, but what I'm saying is it's the illustrator. Now, of course, as you said at the beginning, JJ, the publisher and the author must have seen and okayed those illustrations.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, if the story is quite sweet and the pictures are like that, then that seems a real shame.
It's really sweet. They all end up in a dungeon at the end. Unfortunately, the guy who's wearing the shorts has to take them off at one point. It's a lovely story for kids.
The story is old as time.
Even if it was...
the gimp comes out the box.
Even if it was a heterosexual couple, I don't want gimp gear and bondage gear being talked about 4-year-olds. You are disgusting, Daisy McCann. Vile.